Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm that doll guy, and today we will be looking at and reviewing and critiquing and just kind of checking out these Aliexpress Ken clone dolls that I happen to find. I think I was just looking for probably like some boyfriends for my Defa Lucy dolls, because we don't have any current Defa Kevins that we've been seeing dropping on any of the trade apps like Shein or Aliexpress or Temu. So I thought I would check out these clones and see if they would make suitable boyfriends until we see some Defa Kevins were, I believe, made by the Defa company back in the early 2000s, maybe the 2010s, for Defa Lucy as her boyfriend. It was her Ken to her Barbie. And they were pretty cute. I don't think they're articulated. Some may have been, I don't know. It's very hard to find photos on the internet. It's very hard to find articles about those dolls. But I do know that they did exist at one time. So we're going to take a look at these boys and kind of look at them and see what they bring to the party. So these were found on AliExpress. They cost anywhere from up to $5, maybe $5. Not very much. And they're fully articulated. I can't find my words today. So we're going to take a look at them, compare them to our Ken for maybe not quality, but definitely there is just a difference in them. And we'll take a look at that. We'll talk about it. So the first guy, we'll just go through them. So the first guy, he looks like he has that fashionista Ken mold that they called Ryan back, I believe it was in close to 2012, 2013, but they gave him just a different, whoever made him, this clone gave him a different kind of face paint. It's pretty good. He looks a little like he'd be kind of like an asshole. So I kind of got him to kind of be maybe, if you guys keep up with my social media, I have a Defa Lucy. Her name is Vivian. She's kind of the mean girl. So this might be her friend, her boyfriend. We haven't fleshed out his character yet. But apparently the company that made him flesh him out as a doctor. And I don't know if this outfit, if this uniform is really how doctors look these days. It looks like a lab coat. Are they that long? I don't know. It looks like a tunic to me. I don't know. I guess for what it is, it was kind of cool. And he's fully articulated. I'm not sure if I can actually show you. Well, let's bring him forward. How he bends. So he does have articulation at the elbow, the wrist, shoulders, hips. He is articulated at the knees. They all are, but not the ankles. So I'm not too shabby for less than $5, right? He's a little bit hollow, and at times, like, his appendages are a little bit rubbery, which is fine, because then, you don't have that snapping or that ability to crack or break. So, especially with these cheaper clones. So, not bad, but kind of rubbery. Just really weird doctor outfit. I don't know. He's not going to be wearing that for very long. I did have to touch up his hair underneath. These are airbrush painted on, I believe. So there was like not the most precision. So I kind of had to touch him up. You'll see a little bit of airbrushing kind of there, like a little bit of a fade. Well, if you look at the back too, the coverage is good. It's just, they didn't quite hit his, guideline or whatever for the hairline, but that's okay. And I have to say that my flooring for my diorama is a little bit wobbly. I used scrapbook paper a long time ago, and it's getting a little warpy now over time. So they might be a little bit wobbly. They may fall over. It might adjust some of my height comparisons, because these boys are just a different height, which we'll talk about. Then we have this face mold here, which I believe we saw in like Ken Fashionista, maybe in 2020, maybe 2021. They had a redhead Ken of him, which I had, and I gave to a friend. But I do like the face mold. I do like the hair mold. And this, he was stuck in my paper. Gotta glue that down. He does have a good face screening. His eyes are a little bit more on the beady side. He's not as wide-eyed, but that's okay. He just has a little bit of character. You can definitely see the airbrushing of his hair here. I did use a little bit of a Q-tip and acetone to kind of clean up the hairline a little bit. Not much. So I don't want to go too crazy with it. Excuse me. I do like, and this is the outfit he came with. The ad, if you look from, I'll try to remember to put the link where to purchase these from Aliexpress in the description box. It showed them as coming with sandals, but they all came with shoes and mismatched shoes at that. So I kind of do like a little bit of shoe rearranging, but not that it was great options anyway. But I do like his shirt is cute. It's got a little Cupid's bow, a little heart, and something for you. I don't know what this graphic is supposed to illustrate. It looks like, I don't know, like a finger in a hole. So your takeaway can be whatever you think that is. I'm not going to comment here, but I don't get it. We can kind of create something in our mind as to what we think this graphic means, but I don't know. If you guys know the answer, if this is familiar to you, then please share in the comments below. Then we have our more standard, if you guys remember again, I think it was like a 2012 or 2014-15, Fashionista Ken. He had that wavy hair, and he had the non-articulated body that he kind of looked like the Statue of David. And there's also a brunette one too. So I kind of got this one because I liked his outfit. He's got the little rainbow kind of scribbles on his shirt, sandals. They're trying to tie in the sandal theme with the sandals that they didn't get, but that's okay. Yellow shorts, and, you know, face paint is pretty good. This one did have a chip in his eye, in the white of his eye. So I had to use a toothpick and some matte acrylic white paint to try to fill it in, which I think I did pretty good. I don't know if it shows up in video here. It might show up a little bit, but in photos, when you lose resolution for your social media photos, I think it'll be fine. I did order another identical one of him with a different outfit, you know, for like $4 and change or almost $5, so no harm, no foul. I just have one that might be more perfect. Overall, I was expecting more defects from these dolls because they were so inexpensive. And you know how clone dolls are made in, you know, China. They're just, you expect them to be kind of crappy. But overall, I think these were pretty good. Then we have, this guy was from a different shop on Aliexpress because I was looking for an African-American male. So I got him. And this guy I really like. His face is reminiscent of, there was, you know, another fashionista, African-American male. He had cornrows, and maybe 2021, 2022 was his release year by Mattel. But I think this guy, if you look on AliExpress for 16BJD, a ball joint doll, Ken doll, or boyfriend doll, you'll probably find these if I forget to put it in the description box. But there's also one that's not rooted, and he does have the cornrows like the Ken fashionista that we saw that year. So I think they're just hidden under his hair. Now, because you do see a little bit of the screened hairline, the sideburns, and there's also some in the back. So I did think they took that down, and I think they just kind of gave him some really nice rooting. And I gotta say, this hair, you guys, is super soft. If you're tactile, you like to touch it because it's actually very nice hair. And the coverage is good. He did have a really, really messy lip line. Excuse me. So I had to take a toothpick and get the tiniest bit of a cotton ball. Made my own itty bitty cotton Q-tip or a cotton swab. Dipped in acetone. I very gently cleaned up that upper lip line to kind of give him some definition. It was a little bit chippy and yucky and that kind of stuff. So I just kind of cleaned up that lip line, and now I'm happier with it. I don't mind the lip color or the lip paint. It's neutral enough, but it just was messy, and I'm a little bit OCD about my dolls, so I do try to clean them up. If I can't clean them up, then my OCD just makes me buy a whole other one. I did order one of the cornrow ones that weren't available at the time I ordered these, so he should be on the way because I want a variety. And then I included this guy. Excuse me. He's got the same, though that, I call it Clark Kent hair, but it's like Superman hair. Same face mold, different face screening, but I posted him without his shirt just so you guys could see what his body looked like. He's very defined pectorally and ab-wise. Like, that's pretty defined. And those are his shorts that say, what do they say? Shogapa or Shogaba. I'm not sure what that means. If anybody knows, let me know. And this is the shirt he came with. So there's like a duck on it, and oops, oh good Lord. A duck on it with K-N-I-C, yeah, D something. I don't even know what any of this is. I don't know if it's just just textual gibberish on clothes and that just doesn't have is not meant to have a meaning, or if there's some kind of meaning that I'm not getting. But let me know if you guys know what any of this stuff is, just out of curiosity. So I just want to show you what they look like with no shirt on. You can imagine what it looks like with no pants on. Very much like Ken, poor guys. So when we look at our Ken, our original Ken from Mattel, fully articulated from the Barbie movie, that's Ryan Gosling right there. When we compare them together, and hopefully my warped diorama floor won't mess this up. If you can look and see, try not to get my little mess in the background visible. These clones are a little bit shorter than the Mattel Ken. It looks like they kind of maybe gave up a little bit of height to give us articulation. I don't know. But he's about a half inch shorter. So these Ken clones are actually 11.5 inches, not 12. We all know, probably should know, that Mattel Ken is 12 inches, Barbie's 11.5. Defa Lucy is 11.5. So these boys are 11.5. So I was worried at first, I'm like, oh, are they gonna be too short for Defa Lucy? Like, are they gonna look like, and I'm only 5'6" myself, well, maybe 5'7". As I get older, maybe 5'6", but let's just say 5'7", because I need every inch of height I can at this height. So I know what it's like to be little. So, you know, I just thought, oh, they're gonna be all just like really just little guys compared to the girls. So we're going to move our guy over there. And I haven't named any of these guys yet, by the way. So if you guys have any suggestions for names for my boys, please share them in the comments below. So Defa Lucy and her friends are all 11.5. So if we intend, let's just say we intend for him to be the Ken to her Barbie, they're the same height. So that works really well. But my African-American clone back here, which I just want to say a little bit about him. I talked about his hair, I talked about his face and stuff, but his body's articulated just a little bit differently than the other guys. Again, he was from a different shop entirely, and his joints were a little bit more stiff. I had to very gently try to unfreeze them, especially the wrists. I was afraid they're going to break, but he didn't. I saw some reviews on the thing that showed some breakage, so if you get them, just be careful. Maybe a soak in some hot water, boiled water for a minute or two might, if you do have a frozen joint problem on these clone dolls, that hot water might loosen them up a little bit, and you can give them like a little bend to kind of test them and see if they will unfreeze. But overall, I'm happy with his, with his body. He moves pretty well. He did not come, he came with this outfit. I picked there was a variety of him with same doll, just different outfits, and you can pick your outfit, and I picked this one. And he didn't come with his shoes. So I kind of grabbed some of Ken's red sandals that I thought would match this outfit super well. And I think they kind of do. But anyway, so he actually, you guys, he's like a little bit even, again, I'm just trying to do this one-handed. I'm trying to make him straighten up. So he is the, come here, unnamed Ken clone. Let me see if I can get them together side by side. So if you look at them, I think my African-American guy is a little bit shorter than these other guys. I think he's just a little bit short. Looks like they're holding hands. They're so cute. But I think he's a little bit shorter. His bigger hair gives him a little bit of oomph, so that helps. But if you look at the shoulders side by side, the African-American clone is a little bit shorter than these other ones. And by far, probably, he might be 3/4 of an inch or an inch shorter than the Mattel Ken. Well, you know, I don't know, not too bad. But in any event, these boys do work with Barbie, Defa Lucy, any 11.5 inch fashion doll, clones, whatnot. Steffi loves dolls. I think they would work great. What's my overall opinion of them? Fashions are cute. I mean, sewing is a little bit meh. Oh, you know what? Here we ignored my girl back here. This is my other Defa Lucy, who I named Shantae. In my storylines on social media, she is a singer, and she released her first single. So this is going to be her friend, boyfriend. I haven't figured out yet. Now, the reason why she looks so much taller than him, granted, he is a shorter clone doll anyway, but I put her in these very cool, glittery, transparent platforms. So at first I was like, God, why is she so much taller? Like, I just could not figure out. I was racking my brain. Like, why is she much taller than him? Why is she so much taller than the other boys? Why is she much taller than the blonde Defa Lucy, like why? And I kind of figured, oh yeah, duh, like she has higher shoes. So we figured out that mystery. But anyway, so this is just a quick little review, a quick little take on my small collection. I did order a couple more. They're a little addicting, you guys. I gotta be honest, of these Aliexpress Ken clones. So I haven't done any social media photography yet. This is my first time bringing these out to, any kind of social media. I'm not sure if there's other YouTube videos. I don't know if there's any photos of these guys. They dropped relatively recently. And just a quick, another side note is there's a little video on Aliexpress from the shop that's showing these dolls. And there was a blonde one with a really cool outfit of this one, blonde with this hair mold, this face mold, that wasn't available for purchase. So I was kind of bummed because I wanted to try to get a random sampling of every face mold hair color kind of available. This one also came as a blonde. I might get him maybe just as another character or as a blonde version of him. And there's also one that wasn't as good looking, but he had brunette hair with weird blonde streaks, and they're just kind of painted kind of crudely. It just didn't look great. But I would get I might get the blonde one. I'm not fond of because he looks a little shady, a little scammy, a little schemy with his face paint. He's not a favorite, but I do like the face mold. It's almost like I like the face mold Ken, like the fashionista from 2012 or 13 or 14. I like that face mold. He looked very handsome and very just good looking and attractive, and very much like, the Statue of David. But this guy just looks a little shady. I don't know, which is good. I mean, these guys definitely have character. They bring the character, like crazy for what they are. It makes them unique and interesting, and it makes them a little bit different than Ken because they have different expressions, different faces and stuff. So that's a good thing. They're like snowflakes. But anyway, so what else is there to say? I don't know. If you guys have any questions, add them in the comments below. Hopefully you found this very shaky. I'm just kind of all over the place. It's just very shaky, very amateurish iPhone video. Hopefully you found this helpful, interesting. I don't know. It's just something to kind of show these boys off so you guys can know, there are clone dolls out there. Right now, people are really gravitating towards clones, whether it's Defa Lucy, Steffi Loves. People are really loving the clones because, let's face it, everything's so expensive, and these are cheap. Are they great quality? Not the best, but where else can you get articulation? Even if it's a little bit hollow and rubbery, where else can you get it for less than $5? Let's face it, we're all struggling to make ends meet. We all have to put food on the table. We also want to have some fun too, and I think these are a nice compromise. I can't speak for, people are always worried about the quality or what's the ingredients, some of the paint of these toys from other countries, but, we're all grown-ass adults, so we're going to just dress them, display them, do storylines, photography, and they suit the purpose, I think, really well. And I think we're just having so much fun with these trade sales apps like the Shein and the Temu and the Aliexpress. Yeah, all those. I think we're so much fun. Like we're trying these. We're trying and doing reviews of these dolls and these clone clothes, these 11.5-inch fashion doll clothes, and we're all challenged with how do we make them look good? What can we kind of piece together to make these look like a more higher end? I think we're just having fun with just cheaper stuff and making do with cheaper stuff and making the best of where we're at with everything in the world. And it just makes it just a little different, a little bit fun. I'm not saying this is going to blow Mattel away. Now, Defa Lucy, I'm going to say is blowing Mattel away all day, every day, but we're not here for her at the moment. We're here for these boys. And they are what they are. They serve the purpose. They bring it. I'm not mad at them. I got a couple more on the way. And, and again, like if you guys want to try them out, I will, as soon as I load this, I have such ADHD. We're going to kind of put the links down below, and we will see you soon. Enjoy the weekend. It's supposed to be hopefully nicer out there, at least in the Midwest. Enjoy your weekend, and we will see you all real soon.